You can implement a lot of the tactics that you're going to see in these examples, but if you don't have a solid product, you will ultimately probably go out of business. And I think that we just have to challenge ourselves as entrepreneurs to say, you know what, we can do better. In today's video, I'm going to be going over with you and giving you my in-depth analysis as a digital marketer, as an entrepreneur with, I think it's like coming on 18 years of experience at this point, 3 high-ticket sales funnel examples that are worth studying. They also kind of cross different industries and I think give you a nice variety because each of them are significantly different in different ways. So I think it's particularly interesting. But in case you are a beginner, let's just define, so we're all on the same page, what is a high ticket sales funnel? What does high ticket even mean? If you're selling, pretty much anything else that is under, let's say, $2,000, anything from $10, $20 up to, say, $1,000 or so, this is considered typically low ticket. Now, as you get into hundreds of dollars and then $1,000 or more, these types of decisions will take a bit more nurturing, a bit more trust. The length of time and the rapport that you need to build in a relationship with someone is typically longer. And that extends even to a longer time frame, typically, as the price continues to go up. So something above typically $2,000 would be considered high ticket. And high ticket typically means something that it's more expensive, it's more premium, it's more hands-on. For example, if you had a SaaS business that was charging $49 a month for a subscription, that's a fairly low ticket sale. I mean, subscriptions and SaaS are kind of a unique beast by themselves. And in at least one of the examples that we're going to look at, we're going to see how, for example, a lower ticket membership offer ultimately can lead to a much more expensive purchase for thousands of dollars, and sometimes a lot more, actually. So that's basically what high ticket is. Think premium, think more expensive. The interesting thing about high ticket, it kind of depends on the market that you're in as well, because for an everyday consumer, high ticket would be, typically in the same range. But for a business, if you want to offer something that is $1,500, even $3,000, depending on the business, it could be seen as an easy decision. It could be a matter of just minutes, I've seen, or hours or days, and the purchase is done. And that's in part because businesses and consumers, they look at it typically very differently. So the article that goes with this, I remember we had a client who came to us, and this is part of what inspired the article and this video in part. And he was selling a very interesting high ticket item. And he was initially kind of going after consumers, but he learned over time to figure out like what part of the market to shift to rather than going broader. So instead of kind of like across the board consumers, he shifted more and more towards, okay, so I'm selling hyperbaric chambers. So these are like chambers that you lay down and you sleep in, and they sort of block out any sort of other external stimuli. And what he found is that going after athletes, college athletes, trainers who help to influence and make purchase decisions with or for their teams, or just individuals who they're one-on-one coaching to be professional athletes, this was his target market. But again, when I first looked at his website, again, this was like several years ago at this point when I was still working one-on-one with new client accounts who would come to us and sign up. But again, it was like a $10,000 purchase. And that was before, COVID and inflation. So I guess double it. And that's more or less what the purchase price would be today, $15,000, $20,000. And for someone who is a prosumer, you would say, a professional athlete, not necessarily a business, because again, businesses, the decision attempts to be somewhat more kind of like results focused and tries to be a bit more logical. And if you say, I'm going to grow your sales by 10%, that's more typical when you're going after a B2B type of sale versus a consumer impulse purchase or even a low several $100 purchase. There's just a lot less effort and kind of just different overall messaging that's required. You can be more emotional, and it's just more standard to kind of see that. And I don't necessarily recommend being emotional in your marketing, although you can sometimes get a better result that way. but it's not necessarily sustainable either. You want to have a great product is the ideal, so good that people want to tell their friends and family about it, and you want to also marry that with great marketing. Okay, that is sustainable and not just trying to just kind of juice growth. It's actually fairly easy to juice business growth, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be sustainable. So speaking of which, in terms of juicing growth and is it sustainable or not, the stages in the funnel that we will be looking at as we go through these 3 high ticket sales funnel examples is pretty standard. So for those of you who may be intermediate entrepreneurs, business owners, marketers, you may already know AIDA, AIDA, awareness, interest, decision, and action. Just always think of that great scene from that movie with Alec Baldwin, ABC, always be closing.
A, B, C. A, always, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
Right. So the name of that movie was Glenn Ross, just a great movie about sales. Reasonably realistic, I suppose you could say. So that's the basic structure of the funnel that we're going to look at. Awareness, interest, decision, and action. So without further ado, let's get into the first example, which is, speaking of multi-billion-dollar publicly traded companies, we're going to take a look at Salesforce, all right? And then we're going to take a look at some other businesses that are not as big as Salesforce. I chose these in particular because I know for a fact that these are successful sales funnels, and they might not be perfect, but let's examine them together. Okay, so AIDA, AIDA for the Salesforce high-ticket sales funnel. So specifically, this is a SaaS business, software as a service. They are upselling customers of their existing, in their audience, and existing customers. They're upselling them to high-ticket services. Typically, this is a consultative white glove treatment. So they're dealing typically with either upselling a small business into their more premium, much more expensive quarterly and annual contracts for their software. And they typically sell based on the number of seats, number of users that will be using it. CRM companies like Salesforce, what's interesting about them is that they are incredibly sticky, similar to other types of businesses, like businesses where you might have email automations set up that are running and you have all your contacts there, similar to hosting companies and other tools where you might build landing pages. The switching cost is high once you get set up, so the customer lifetime value is also quite high, assuming that you have a good product. In the case of Salesforce, I've used the product a bit in the past, and it's not a great interface, let me tell you. But again, companies stick with it because it sort of gets adopted into the larger organization. Everyone is on it. Everyone gets trained on it. And this is part of the white glove treatment that they can help with in terms of upselling their higher ticket services. But everyone gets on it, and it becomes the ground source of truth in terms of, okay, we have a lead, we have our contacts, where are they at in terms of the sales pipeline? And so people and companies don't want to switch away from it once you sort of invest in getting to know that interface. And the bigger the company too, it's like a larger ship. It's harder to kind of turn the ship just to get switched off of a piece of software that everyone knows. So in terms of the awareness stage of their funnel, with that as the preface, Salesforce raises awareness through content marketing, industry events happening at the top of their funnel, and partnerships. So we can see here, for example, they recently had the Dreamforce conference event that went on out in San Francisco. There's a lot of talk now about AI, for instance, and they have tons of talks around it. I mean, the AI is just kind of all over their landing pages and the presentations here. You can see Mark Benioff, who is the founder of Salesforce, coming in, giving speeches. One of the interesting things tactically about their funnel, though, is, and this is sort of a subtle, little bit of a mistake, I would say, but it's a teachable moment. So when I see, for example, on their Dreamforce landing page, the future of AI, they have 21 episodes, whatever. These are different talks with supposed experts. No one really knows the future, and I'm personally skeptical. I'm a hard sell in general. I'm also cynical. But when I click on the play button, for instance, the place that it takes me to, the first video I see, I was like, I wanted to know, what did this person say is the future all about? So it takes me to this video though about building a safer AI future. And I'm just like, okay, like that's the video they wanted to show me. It's not aligned with my expectation. So again, good example of the law of alignment in action in a negative way. Of course, they have other videos here. I think it would have been a lot smarter to just pick a video that was more tightly aligned with the future of AI. Like what are their predictions? Maybe talking about autonomous agents instead. I mean, safer AI future, it's sort of a nebulous concept. And if you're working with businesses, I don't know, it's sort of like a luxury thing to spend time on, especially right now, because things are changing so quickly. I understand it's a really important concept. I mean, as someone who literally has developed AI from scratch, we want safe AI. We don't want Terminator. No one wants that. And that's why a lot of people are engaged about AI, because we're scared that it could take over, as well as potentially take and or augment every job, but also potentially take over and, wipe out humanity. That would be pretty bad. So safety, very important. But for businesses, I mean, when they click on to see the future of AI, I think businesses don't want to see a presentation about building a safer future, which feels a bit more like a luxury belief rather than something more practical and pragmatic, like autonomous agents, the future of enterprise AI. That sounds a lot more interesting and relevant. So Salesforce in their high ticket funnel here, they have these presentations. That's one thing. They also have their blog where they talk about news that's going on within the company, what they're launching. They have, for example, this Agent Blazer community that they just announced for trailblazers, as they call them, and AI enthusiasts. And then again, towards the top of the funnel, we have their homepage, okay? So what do they advertise on their homepage? The call to action that they give, and this might be targeted. Maybe they have some data that's tracking me. I don't know, my IP address, who knows? There is lots of personalization, tracking cookies and data floating around, despite all the best intentions of GDPR and everything else. Grow faster on Salesforce. Connect all your data, blah, 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 blah. Get started today with Starter Suite, the all-in-one CRM app for small business. Scale seamlessly, however large you grow. Okay, so this is sort of using a web application, which is kind of like a basic version of their CRM suite as a lead magnet. And there's the option to try it for free. We can check that out. 30-day free trial, and they have a form that you can fill out. It's a bit of a delayed load, if you notice. That's interesting. That could be an A/B test. If you delay it, maybe it affects how the reader actually experiences the page. Maybe you actually read the text more, but it looks more like just a loading delay, which can actually cause more friction and cost sales. So that's kind of how they build awareness and then initially kind of get you into their funnel. You're probably paying a significantly smaller amount as a smaller business with their introductory product there. So you're in the interest stage at this point. And for this, you may or may not be consuming their 30-day free trial already at that point, in which case you might be consuming their free resources such as ebooks, white papers, webinars, case studies. You can see some examples of that, just tons of resources that you can download. So upcoming on-demand webinars. Webinars are great, especially live webinars, but as a marketing vehicle, I found that live webinars are it can have the effect, without it literally being this, of selling to, it's almost like a one-on-one consultation, but multiplied by the number of people across the call. Because if you have an excellent script and demo that you can give, again, you're just building rapport and building that relationship on steroids because it is live, because you are there in person, people can see you on video. Second best thing is to, see it on demand, like a video like this. Are you enjoying the rapport? Are we building a rapport together? I hope. So that's the interest stage. Decision, providing personalized demos, case studies. Yeah, I may have mentioned case studies for the previous section, but it's more appropriate in the decision stage because case studies, again, are more directly related to proof and giving proof that their value proposition is legit, that it is real. Okay, they may also provide ROI calculators because, again, you're evaluating, okay, like as a business, is it worth it to invest in Salesforce and what they're offering me? So you can request a demo. You can go check out case studies. And then finally, at the bottom of the funnel, engaging prospects in the action stage with customized proposals, negotiating contracts for enterprise solutions, and professional services. Again, you can kind of leapfrog from the lower ticket offer, which they have on their homepage, focused on smaller businesses typically. They give a 30-day free trial, then they're probably paying some lower ticket amount. And then over time, as the business grows and scales, which is why they frame it this way, they then have you at the bottom of the funnel instantly when the time is right to upsell you into some of their more white glove, high ticket, personalized services. And for that, they're capturing your information through contact forms if you proactively reach out to them. And they're also undoubtedly sending you emails and retargeting you. I mean, just look at the headline. You have big goals and the world's #1 AI CRM. So this would happen after you're already signed up and kind of in their software ecosystem. What's next is the seven. Very, very appropriate. So they have, again, more white glove solutions that you can purchase, including professional services, full range of advisory and hands-on implementation services by the leading Salesforce consultants and architects. So that is the Salesforce high-ticket funnel in a nutshell. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to recap briefly at the end each of these. Number 2 is Marie Forleo's B School. So Marie Forleo, if you're not familiar with her, she has a coaching business with high-ticket membership type of offers. Her program is targeting entrepreneurs who want basically more time and financial freedom. So let's take a look at how she has built out her funnel, driving people towards ultimately a purchase of her high-ticket offer. So at the awareness stage, Marie is building awareness through her YouTube channel, podcast, blog, and social media presence. And the interesting part is, like, if you go and check out her YouTube channel, for instance, she has approaching 1 million subscribers, which is interesting for, again, a brand such as hers where, she has something to sell. She's selling to entrepreneurs, and it seems like a bit of wantrepreneurs as well. In my opinion, again, I'm a little bit biased. I think Marie is a fantastic marketer for the results just superficially that I can see that she's achieved for her brand and her company. But I say wantrepreneur, I think accurately, because I think that a lot of the people who sign up for these programs and are successful, I think they probably would have been successful regardless and may or may not have needed. You can make an argument that the program accelerated their success, and that's probably true for some. You can make an argument that the program slowed down the success, and I think that's actually true as well. And somewhere in the middle for the others. And others just sign up and honestly just waste time, because it's easier to sign up and be told what to do than it is to figure it out on your own and really just put your soul out there in the universe to be judged and fail and get up and fix it and fail and get up and fix it. And then ultimately, hopefully, you succeed, but you never know when. You can't see the finish line. You're running a marathon and you're blindfolded. So it's a lot more pleasurable to just sign up for a coaching program where you're gonna get the support that you need and get the community that you need. But again, I'm a little bit biased, clearly. I'm a little bit cynical on it. The interesting observation about her brand on YouTube here is, number one, I think that the design of her YouTube page is excellent. It's very just like perfect for top of the funnel. Make your dreams real. Her personal brand is all over it. On the video that autoplays here on her page, we are seeing her try to give some value right away in terms of quick tips. And then the other interesting observation is that the videos, they're not all about starting a business. Like, a lot of them are actually about just fairly kind of like broad topics, like networking strategies, like becoming and how to be a best-selling author. Asking, is email marketing dead? To anyone feeling lost and unhappy in life, watch this. Do this first thing in the morning to stop, ... How I manage my time. The best anti-aging advice for women over 40. So again, the strategy here clearly is to go broad with the social media. And again, like, it's really not a lot to do with business, but she's kind of like casting a wide net. And then the hope is that through people becoming familiar with her brand, and of course with her, and various subtle, direct and indirect soft sell CTAs to move deeper into her funnel. Throughout her videos, people are going to learn about what she has to offer. So let's take a deeper look at the next step. So she's got Marie TV on YouTube. That's the name of her channel. Then she has her blog posts, which appear to be kind of an echo of a lot of the interviews that she's doing, talking about physical fitness, going viral, kind of feelings, and are you happy? So it looks like, again, a pretty direct echo of the YouTube channel, more about like lifestyle and health. Not a whole lot about business. Like out of the 8 categories that are here, only 1 out of the 8 is build a meaningful business. So that is really interesting. Now, if we visit her homepage, clearly headline, create a business and life you love. So again, very much appealing to, it seems like more so wantrepreneur, and I don't say that necessarily in a bad way. I think I've clarified that a moment ago. But again, wantrepreneur in the sense that like they are probably someone who has not started a business before. Someone who, again, really is probably working in an existing job and wants to get out, escape the rat race, and have financial freedom. And also what is happening here in the background, again, lots of social proof, positioning Marie Forleo as someone who is associated with these other famous podcasters and brands and people on TV, Tony Robbins, you see in there, Damon John. Okay, we got lots of photos of Marie. We have a video of her interviewing Matthew McConaughey, Damon John. So again, a lot of brand building through association, which is typical. I mean, that's how you build a brand. You just build all these associations. So if you know these other people, you're more likely to associate their brand with hers. Everything is figure outable. So we have sort of, you could call this a low ticket offer that, again, gets you one step deeper into her funnel. Let's see, how much does the book cost? Sends you to a separate web page for the book. Let's go to Amazon and cool. So, pretty standard price for a book, $16. No big deal. Again, very low ticket. This is impulse purchase. So again, people here are typically, they're just at the interest stage. And again, this is where you're buying the book. You're just kind of digging a little bit deeper. Oh, okay. So, her brand is about building a business that I love, a business and a life and a lifestyle that I love. Cool. You might be attending free webinars. If she has her interviews live, you'd be attending that. PDF guides, free training series leading up to the B School launch, which we'll take a look at in a second. So as we get deeper in the funnel here, B School, for example, you might have other email newsletters, again, content that's just kind of coming at you. With the B School, the way that she does it, she opens it up 1 or 2 times per year. I think she might do it on a quarterly basis last time I checked. So it's a launch format. It is scarcity at play, which is part of what makes it unique to the 2 other funnels that we're looking at here. There's a scarcity element. If you go to her page to try to get into the B School, you'll notice that there's a wait list. You have to join the wait list, but you can get free tools in the meantime, so you subscribe. And then she opens it up and gives details about the program, nurturing, again, live webinars, again, but are more focused on what is B School. When I saw her do one of the launches for this, again, it was like a big studio type of a format. She was sitting down, interviewing and or just talking back and forth with someone who might have been interviewing her, just talking about B School. They drip out the testimonials. A lot of people will come on live and give their testimonial. She has a ton of testimonials in general on her site. So for example, if we go to marieforleo.com/reviews, B School has created time and financial freedom, emphasis on the word financial freedom, for nearly 80,000 entrepreneurs. They did it, and so can you. These are hardworking B Schoolers put in tremendous focus and energy to create their success. Okay. So again, vanity stat, it is, I'm just telling you, and it has lots of pictures of people who have joined. As far as we know, this is true. Behind it. And I know 80,000, really? Had all 80,000 achieved financial freedom? I mean, if that is true, and I'm a little bit skeptical, to be honest, I think that might be more of a technically true, the way that it's worded, B School has created time and financial freedom. So maybe just some of them allegedly got time, and so they just chose the larger number. Regardless, they do have hundreds of testimonials, it looks like, here on the page. So that's great and very persuasive. I think anytime that you can stack social proof like this, a lot of them are not just 5-star reviews like little blurs, but they're also videos. Let's check out one of the videos. I'm just choosing one at random. Let's see. Let's pay attention to the tone. Let's see how scripted it is or isn't.
I'm Satya, and I live in New York City. I run Discover Peak, a women's pantyhosiery subscription company, and I am a milliner.
I've worn these guys literally, I think, 30 times in the past 2 months. These are the things that I want to start doing more of because I'm afraid to wear these.
Really what I'm trying to do with the hats and the hosiery, I want to inspire women to feel confident, to feel beautiful, to feel sexy and alive. And for me, I have found that wearing pantyhose and heels sometimes makes me feel more confident, more sexy.
Okay, let's fast forward a bit.
And it was about 8 o'clock, and all of a sudden, the Eiffel Tower lights up and it starts twinkling.
Okay, I gotta be honest. I mean, it's obviously a high production testimonial, which makes it feel, I mean, it is less authentic. Let's be real. It seems a bit scripted and, oh, can you say this now? And I mean, they're trying to make her look good too, the entrepreneur here. But I think that authenticity sells best. But again, I mean, her brand is doing quite well as far as what I can tell. So I believe as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, it would be more persuasive for it to be less structured like this. I think like if you want to give your customers, your clients kind of a testimonial template to follow, I think that's great. What was the before and what was the after? You want your people, your customers, your clients to look good. You want to make them look good, right? And they're going to make you look good as well. But again, like if you overdo the professional and it's perfectionist, to me, I don't know. But again, I'm not the target market for this. So her funnel works and it is doing fine as far as what I can tell. And usually, it just seems like each of these videos, I guess, are production level quality. Let's see.
Had I not started 2 years ago, I wouldn't be here now. We wouldn't be having this conversation. I wouldn't.
Okay. This one is better. What's the immediate thing you can tell about it? He's like talking on Zoom. There's no professional mic. And it's just kind of like right into it too. And it's like, had I not started 2 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And it's already on the track of like, okay, like, well, this was the before and I would not have been here if not for me joining this.
I wouldn't be in a house that I own. I wouldn't be moving to France. None of this would have happened.
Whoa, that's pretty good. Very specific example. Like he looks around. I wouldn't be in the house I was in. I wouldn't be moving to France. I mean, I don't know this guy. I don't know if it's true, but again, feels a lot more authentic, not engineered social proof. Just, it's like they were interviewing him. And again, he's not like forcing a smile or anything. I felt like in the other one that the other person was being like a little bit coached and a little bit kind of fake, to be honest. This one seems like, again, like he's just kind of like a dude, like being like, I'm kind of just talking here. So let's continue on. Again, bottom of the funnel, taking action. There's a limited time enrollment. Enrollment opens. They're having it. It's a live launch event. They have webinars around it. The period creates scarcity. You won't be able to get access after X time, which also creates urgency. I don't know if they have limited spots, but the effect wouldn't be that much different. Prospects are encouraged to sign up during that open enrollment period, because again, if you don't do it then, you have to wait for X amount of months to get back in. It's good. It's effective. So we have the enrollment page, which we looked at. And if you miss it, I guess you got to contact support. So that is the Marie Forleo B School. And the price point is around $2,500, which makes it a high ticket offer. As you can see, the funnel is designed to provide value and really kind of build rapport at a personal human level, with Marie being the centerpiece brand up front, building that relationship, that knowing, liking, trust, demonstrating expertise before you get to the sales pitch. And again, what is being sold? They're selling success. They're selling money. So let's just take a quick look at this wait list page. Is there anything else? Again, the scarcity, again, you can tell like freedom, prosperity, happiness. The purpose of this is to pre-sell you before the open as well. Again, we got that brand association. Marie is a celebrity, right? She's speaking on stage. He's associated with these other well-known people and faces. We got some testimonials, load more reviews, FAQs, again, persuasion, pre-selling you. You don't even know the price, but is there a refund policy? Yes. We have a 100% action takers money back guarantee. The program has the power to profoundly change your life. Don't love it? Email us before the refund deadline, submit your coursework, and let us know. We'll refund you in full. No gimmicks, no cancellation fees. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Sounds great. There's a level of accountability too. So I think this is similar to the double, like we actually did something similar. We did a double your money back guarantee, which I think is still a great risk reversal that anyone can use. So if you want to steal this, go ahead. We did a double your money back guarantee offer. It was more compelling. It's more interesting, spices it up. It's not exactly like double your money back. Okay, so I can't lose with this, right? So when we were selling courses, which we don't sell courses, like we still have some landing pages selling some info products from a while ago, but we don't actually promote them anymore. It just wasn't the business model that I wanted to offer, which kind of reminds me, like Neil Patel in the past, he said, why did I stop selling my info products? It's because, I was doing too many things and I wanted to focus, and I want to focus on just doing what I knew that I could be the best in the world at. And for my courses, that just wasn't the case. So double your money back guarantee, we said, do the worksheets. There were like 10 worksheets, 10 different modules in the course/training program that we offered. And as long as people filled that out, if they didn't get results or they felt that it wasn't worth the value or something like that, we would give double your money back. And we never had to give anyone double their money back because everyone either did it and got results because we knew that if you follow it, it's going to work. And again, it's a way to increase sales. But again, it just sounds really extremely reasonable too, because frankly, it is. I think it can increase the level of perceived commitment to I'm going to commit to this. Yes. Because I know that in order to benefit, I have to actually do it. So that is Marie Forleo's funnel. For the last funnel that we're going to look at, it is DigitalMarketer's Certified Partner Program. So DigitalMarketer's Certified Partner Program, it involves ultimately booking a consultation call. So that's kind of one, I think, specific key point about the funnel here. So let's break it down. AIDA, awareness, interest, decision, action. And just so you understand, what is a digital marketer certified partner? Basically, they have a lot of customers who want to execute on digital marketing tasks and formulas, templates that they have as part of their membership. And people pay for this membership, as you'll see, but they want to provide more of a complete solution. So they said, let's have a partner directory of partners who are trained and officially certified in how to implement things that we directly teach. And let's charge a fee for people who are agencies or freelancers or consultants to be a part of this directory as certified partners. So it's lead generation for the partners because they get access to basically clients who are serious and who just want help implementing some of the specific techniques that are taught as part of the Digital Marketer monthly membership. So first, at the awareness stage, Digital Marketer is creating awareness through content marketing. They put out quality blog posts. I've read a bunch in the past. I don't follow them as closely anymore. Content marketing through their blog, articles, free resources, podcasts, and events like Traffic and Conversion Summit, which is a conference. Let's take a quick look at their blog, see an example of the content they put out. I actually love that they call it a journal. Just even like little subtle things that you can do to differentiate a journal. It's like, what do you use a journal for? It's more personal. It's like, it sounds like sharing the journey. I mean, even if they're not doing that, because again, like the company is already built up at this point, it's just something kind of slightly interesting and memorable. It's those little subtle things that can connect with people sometimes. They have their podcast, the Perpetual Traffic Podcast. That's an excellent name as well. Again, the little subtle details can make a big difference. It looks like actually, though, that they have since renamed it to be the Digital Marketer Podcast. I guess that's more broad and more kind of branded. It's less interesting. It's more clear, so that's beneficial. The previous name for their podcast, Perpetual Traffic Podcast. Perpetual Traffic podcast. It's almost musical. So they did well with that as the name for a while, and I'm sure they'll do well with the new name as well. But I think it was deliberately engineered and chosen for that. Little subtle things that can add or detract from the brand that you're building. I mean, they're doing well, don't get me wrong, but just kind of like the overall quality of this image here, listen on Apple Podcasts, it's a little bit blurry. People can notice that over time, but it's probably not holding back their funnel that much. Again, little details can make the difference. Typos. I mean, how many typos have you seen on any of the pages that we've looked at so far? None. But how many typos would you find on the average startup small business site? How unclear would the language be? How well would it flow? There's a very, very big difference between these companies and perhaps even your site. And you need to be very, very aware of that just in terms of the messaging. Okay. Fix your typos. It's not forgivable. No, don't rational. Oh, well, the market will forgive us. No, you're losing sales. Trust me, you're losing sales. Your website is your resume, and your customers or clients are deciding whether or not to hire you, i.e. your product or service, to fulfill said problem for them. If your resume, like literally if you went for a job interview, and again, analogies are not meant to be persuasive. This is just kind of, again, creating some understanding. But if you went for a job interview, because I think they are somewhat analogous, it's not a crazy analogy at all, kind of relevant. But if your resume in a job interview had typos on it, what does that telegraph about your attention to detail for the job that the company is going to risk money potentially to hire and train you to do? Well, it shows that maybe you don't care. You're not diligent. You're just here for a paycheck, and people are less likely going to convert. Sometimes people will convert anyway. Might say, well, we're doing all right anyway. You could be doing a lot better if you fix those typos and the flow of your copy and the clarity in general. And then if you can achieve clarity, go to the next level and achieve understanding. That is meeting people at a deeper level. And then as well, people who are at the top of the funnel, they might come check out, what does DigitalMarketer have to offer? Oh, Master Digital Marketing. We've certified 70,000 plus marketers since 2015. Great. Great vanity metric in terms of number of years in business. They got people holding off the certificates. Feels a little bit stock photo-y, honestly, in my opinion. They may have taken these photos. These might be real people. But again, it seems a little bit like actors, and generally you'll get a better conversion rate if your photos are just more genuine, people showing people in your company or actual customers. So there is a downside to being kind of too put together, too perfect, if you will, and especially using stock photos specifically. So why do I say that? That is supported by extensive research that I've done, looking at various case studies and identifying that pattern across A/B tested case studies. And it makes sense too. Think about it from your perspective. You go to a website, you see stock photos or photos that feel like stock photos. And what do you think? You think this feels kind of commercial. You're a bit less likely to buy. Community of marketers and entrepreneurs and educators. Okay, so with this, again, they're just kind of giving you an overview of what the business has to offer. They've got a book, Digital Marketing for Dummies. We literally wrote the book on digital marketing. More than half of marketers have not studied marketing related academics or professional qualifications of any kind. So they have certifications, again, that you can have. They don't call the people staff or experts. They meet our faculty. So that's interesting framing, right? It's a school. They're framing it as a school, faculty, certifications, and people are not qualified. And that's, again, trying to make you think past the sale that first off, you have to be certified and you will be taken more seriously in addition to just having better skills. Proven frameworks, they're giving you an option to download now. So a bunch of free or introductory offers in a lot of cases. So above the fold, they have an offer to subscribe now. And once you opt in to get that offer, you are taken to a page where it says, thanks for grabbing your copy of the one-page marketing blueprint. It's on the way to your inbox. And we've used at Grovo a very similar type of tripwire transition upsell page. So you got the kind of transition at the top, like everything you requested, it's on its way to your inbox. But in the meantime, check out this other offer that you might like. So for example, unlock this simple funnel framework. Funnels. Interesting. Over 100 million in sales. And they're going to tell you about this is what we use to grow our business. And if you want to buy it, you can buy it. It's $79. Lots of social proof, written in the form of a sales letter. It's great to see that sales letters and this type of format still works. So this is what you would call a tripwire, because as the founder, Ryan Deiss, in the past said, when they were selling even lower ticket offers at like $7 a piece or $29, this is $79. Guess that's inflation at work. But the purpose of a tripwire, which again is unique to their funnel in the more structured way that they deliver it, it's a little bit different from Marie Forleo. I mean, you could argue, I guess, that her book is a tripwire. In a way, with Salesforce, you could argue that it's the free trial plus the monthly subscription for small businesses like a tripwire. But this is more of a just kind of direct, it's a one-time purchase tripwire. And as Ryan Deiss put it, they make these low ticket offers because they want people to build an association between spending money with their brand and getting results. Okay, spending money. If I spend money, I'll get some sort of result. And perhaps then, therefore, in the future, if I spend more money, whether it be through a membership or later on the partnership certification, I will get much more in terms of value and results for me and my business. So that's why they do it, because we build that association in our minds, and it makes sense when you think about it. To make that argument and to make it work in reality, your product or offer actually has to be good. And if it is, it's going to work wonderful. The stat that Ryan Deiss gave in the past is that people who bought their tripwires would be something like 10 times more likely to actually purchase their core offer. So in terms of the next level, if that's awareness, which is kind of like you've joined their email list, or maybe just consuming content, some of their podcasts, for instance. Interest, you see the offers and maybe you attend one of their free training workshops or webinars. Okay, they have a whole free resources. They have a whole resources section on their website where they list out, okay, here's what we can give you for free right now. We have a series of content to give you, podcasts, the journal. They have different topics that you can sort by, popular articles, recommended articles, and so on and so on. The workshops, you could also say, would probably fall into this stage. So the workshops are really interesting. The workshops are sort of like decoy pricing in a way, because one workshop, for example, let's click on this, launch your first TikTok ad and achieve profitability in 30 days. It's a one-time purchase for $300. But right below the add to cart button, want access to, I don't know, this workshop and all of our workshops? Learn more. Well, if you join Digital Marketer Lab, not only do you get access to everything for a 14-day free trial. Actually, I don't know if they give you access to everything, but they might. Yeah, it looks like they give you access to all the workshops, even at their most basic level. And then you're paying $95 per month for that. So 14-day trial, then $95 per month. And you say, well, I can cancel at any time and I'm going to get access for free right now without spending anything. If I spend $30 up front or $95 maybe once, maybe twice, then I can cancel any time. But again, they're betting that you'll love it so much because they're confident and because they have other things to help retain you and keep you there, like a community of people that you can interact with. People love community. Community is very sticky. Okay. And 5,000 plus member community. So pretty darn good. So if you do the math on that, 5,000 members, they're making allegedly around $500,000 to $1 million a month, probably just from their membership offer here. Pretty good. Although that might be low. They might actually be doing better than that at this point. Not sure how accurate that is, but I think at a minimum, they're probably doing $10 to $20 million a year as a company. Probably closer to 30, I would estimate, but say 20 to be safe. So in terms of the decision stage, providing detailed information about the certified partner program. So let's say you signed up, you bought maybe their tripwire, and now you've signed up for a free trial of Digital Marketer Lab, or maybe you've been paying for a few months. Well, now, how do you monetize that? You are a freelancer, you are a consultant, you are an agency owner. Well, with their certified partner program, if you pay another fee, you can actually get access to potential clients who are actually other people within the community, within the digital marketer ecosystem, and you can become certified in terms of executing what it is or proving that you know what it is that they teach to the degree, as they say, to execute. And so then the idea is that they would feel comfortable recommending you to their customer base, essentially. So that is basically decision and action in a nutshell. Let's look at their partner program application page. So you get listed on their partner directory, they give you some additional resources, convert more clients, serve more clients, community and support. Let's look at their testimonial. Let's see.
It was very apparent to me that DM at its soul is a marketing practitioner, not just a philosopher. And for someone that's in the trenches trying to deliver real results for real businesses, that means the world.
Digital marketing is the wild, wild west in a lot of ways. And the Certified Partner Program gives you a blueprint, but what's nice about it is it's malleable.
Becoming a digital marketer certified partner is the fastest and easiest way to shortcut your agency's growth goals. And there are 3 ways we help you scale. First, we're gonna help you fill your sales pipeline and keep it full. We give all our certified partners marketing tools and even fully editable, content-rich slide decks that you can tweak and deliver as your own to generate interest and set yourself apart from the competition.
Okay, so it's interesting in terms of who they're going after. Maybe they're actually not making referrals. I thought that was the impression I got from another page on their site. So you have to click all these boxes, and then you're taken to a checkout page where you can pay the high ticket price of $2,500. And, I guess you begin the certification process after that point. So that's it. Those are 3 really kind of in-depth walkthroughs of high ticket funnels. Now, the elements that are part of it that we didn't fully see in all cases, for example, emails. All of these are using behind the scenes email automations to nurture leads that come in, usually towards the middle and bottom of the funnel. Is that happening? When people subscribe to a newsletter or subscribe to a free training, for example, or to get people to a live training, for instance. They're also using retargeting ads, okay? And they are using paid ads as well. At least as a business, generally, when you are younger and starting out, don't go after a million different channels. Like, focus on getting one channel working extremely well for you. Like, some entrepreneurs advise like $1 million a month. I can't tell you to what degree you should get that one channel working for you yet. At this time, I don't feel confident. I think it's different for each business, and each situation and each market is different as well. And it depends on, again, how big is your market, how niche or broad. But generally speaking, you want one kind of customer acquisition method working extremely well for you, and then you can start branching out and going across the board to all these other different channels. So that's what I recommend, and that is what is also happening behind the scenes in terms of ads, retargeting, and automated follow-up through these email automations. DigitalMarketer in particular does a lot of personalization, and probably these are businesses, they have full-time staff who are dedicated just to the email marketing and the automation, and potentially personalization by itself as well. Like we saw on the Salesforce homepage, they might be doing some sort of automated personalization there based on cookie tracking and whatnot. Can't say for sure, but seems likely. So which example most resonated with you? Which tactic on their landing page or in terms of the construction of the overall funnel or offers, even free offers, paid offers, and kind of core high ticket offer in the funnel, which did you find most interesting? I would like to hear from you in the comments. And was there any other questions that I did not answer that you wish that I did in a future video? Please do let me know. What is your burning biggest challenge right now with your business? Perhaps some of the biggest compliment, other than leaving a comment and liking the video, other than that, but sharing the video and the article that accompanies this with others. It's really encouraging to me and the team to see that happening. It's a big thumbs up and tells us, we're going in the right direction, and it encourages us to keep making content like this for your benefit. All right. So if you would like to learn more about Grobo and the productized service that we offer, which depending on the package that you're paying for, I would say generally it's high ticket. So what does Grobo do? How can Grobo help you as far as your digital marketing? Well, if you are a business owner, a marketer, an entrepreneur, Grobo allows you to delegate unlimited marketing tasks and projects without the headaches of hiring. So you get an all-in-one team for a fraction of the cost that otherwise it would cost you to hire in-house or to outsource. And we give you just the most wide variety of any other similar service that is out there. And it's just, in part, we're able to offer it for the flat monthly fee based on some proprietary backend processes that we use to organize and staff talent to different accounts. So basically, for the cost of $19 a day, you get access to an all-in-one team of pros. Put another way, Grobo is kind of like project management software, but with an all-in-one team of pros, copywriters, designers, developers, ads managers, strategists, project manager, and more already inside, ready to receive tasks and projects and to execute on them for you, or if you're an agency, to do it the benefit of your clients. So check us out at grobo.com. You can sign up for free, and this is our funnel. So you can sign up for free. We actually give a really awesome bonus. It's called the Proven Sales Conversion Pack. We used to charge $300 for it. You can get that for free when you sign up. You can browse how the Grobo app works, see how easy it is to start delegating. You can plan out your first projects, talk to the team even. And when you're ready, you can click to sign up to start your $7 for 7-day trial. And you can do that at grobo.com. So check it out if you're interested. I will see you in the next video. This was a pleasure. A lot of detail in this video. I hope above all that you take action. Okay, just pick one thing that you're going to implement. I want you to take action. If you watch this far, clearly you are a serious entrepreneur and marketer, and I want you to get results, but I don't want you to just click over to the next video and forget. So I want you to get out a pen and write it down so that you do not forget what is the one actionable item that you are going to implement. At least one. You can write more if you want, but at least one that you can implement to get results, because I know that once you do, you're going to get a result. So just do it, because most people watching this will not take action. Just consume, consume, consume. I don't want you to be a consumer. I want you to be someone who gets results and grows your business. So go do that right now. Don't wait. And I will see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, keep Groboing and stay focused. I'll see you soon. Peace out.